Hello. So I wanted to get on. Please forgive me for the background noise. I'm out in these streets trying to get some things for the house, and I'm gonna do like a little protective style in my hair. Anywho, so I wanted to talk about something I had been praying about for quite some time, to be honest with you. I was praying to the Lord about if I could release this, actually, because it's something that I had experienced about 19 years ago. And I basically had an experience with an angel. And this angel, I asked to go with him when I saw him. And he took me, through a portal. It actually looked like through space. I saw a glimpse of heaven. And I want to go into the depth of the gatekeeper. That's actually the purpose of this. Um, During this experience, I remember I had on a tan gown. I had a head covering on. I had on and it was tan. It was both tan. Both the head covering and the gown I had on was tan. I was completely covered. But I remember when I got to this place and I looked up, and there were two men, tall men actually, and they both had on straw hats. Okay, that means something. There was two men with straw hats and a dog. Okay, and one thing about the dog, and this came to me later, if you turn the words D-O-G around, it means God. Okay, so that means something, because a lot of times too, some of you, you're probably aware of this, when not, and I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes when I would hear people say the word God, like, I realized later we weren't talking about the same God. Now, like, if you believe in Jesus, and if I say God, meaning the Father of Jesus, and I know if I'm saying God, I know in my mind which God I'm talking about. Or if I know someone who actually believes in Jesus, I know what God they're talking about. But we're not always talking about the same God. And that's important. And I will mention this for a reason, okay? So going back to what I was saying, the two men with the straw hat was standing there, and then the dog, okay? And they had like red eyes. I knew they were evil, okay? There was no doubt about it, all right? I knew they were evil. And I remember feeling like a moment of fear come upon me. And then I remember I looked down inside of my belly, okay? And I said, Jesus, I know you are with me, okay? That's key. So they were standing guarding the gates, all right? But only those who bore the name of Jesus was able to pass through. Because guess what? After I said, Jesus, I know you are with me, I confidently walked knowing that the Lord was with me. And guess what? They moved out of the way. And when they moved out of the way, right, there was a bunch of mirrors on the left side and the right side in this place where I was standing. The light of the Lord was so like I don't know, I can't explain it. It was so bright. I couldn't even see my own reflection, to be honest with you. And so when I turned around after I had passed through the gate using the name of Jesus, all right, I turned around and I looked at the man. I could see like the light of God's glory on me shining through their eyes, and they stood looking in awe. So what am I saying? So in these times, they're trying to omit Jesus, okay? And I know the translation, that's a translation. I like Yeshua, so sometimes I might call him Yeshua, Yah, whatever, or Jesus, but he knows, in my heart who I'm talking about. So, and that goes for anyone else, because, the Lord has many names, all right? So what I'm talking about, going back to the heart, okay, we have to be very careful into thinking there are other ways or there are other keys. Jesus is the key. He is not a key. He is not a way. He is the key. He is the way. All right. And the enemy knows this. So don't be deceived. He knows Jesus is real. He knows the living word of Jesus is real. Okay. And when I look down in my belly, all right, this came to me later. out of your belly, he said, you shall flow living waters. Okay, so when I look down in my belly, the word, Jesus is the logo, so the word of Jesus was in me. All right, so the enemy had deceived a lot of us, even under the 501c3, into thinking that he's only in a physical temple. No, he resides inside of us. The temple is inside of us. So we believe that he is the way, and only through him we are saved, that we can truly ascend, right? In him, okay? And I'm saying this because there is a deception going on into thinking that people can ascend without Jesus. It's so serious right now, y'all. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, okay? Whatever issues we have, we should deal with them. I highly recommend it. I'm not telling anybody what to do. If this resonates with you, so be it, okay? If it doesn't, it's fine too. Like, I won't lie to you, actually going down this path of researching within my own self, you know, I literally wrote down a list of people I knew I needed to forgive. People who I also hurt that I needed to ask for forgiveness. I literally went down an entire list, and there were some people, you know, I reached out to, and then there were some people I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't. But in my heart of hearts, I went to the Lord and just said, okay, Lord, you know, I asked him for forgiveness, okay? And so, and that's okay too. There's no like one way to do it or whatever. I'm just telling you what I did or whatever. And you know, the beautiful thing about that, I ended up reconciling actually with someone. And what was so amazing about this is that we were at the same like conscious thinking, right? Like, this person like apologized to me, I apologized to them, and it's almost like nothing never happened. Like, we talked like nothing never happened, right? Oh, the Lord is so beautiful. Anyway, and we don't understand forgiveness. Actually, real forgiveness is the bridge, okay, to like even reconciling back to the Father. All right. None of us are perfect, all right? And when I mention that, you know, sometimes people think you live in a guilt conscious. No, that's not why I say that. It's just I realize I can't do this on my own. I've tried, okay? It didn't work out too tough. Why do you think like it's taken me so long to get to this point where I am able to like freely be who I've been called to be? It was a lot of training I had to go through. It was a lot of training me and my husband had to go through, okay? Like, a lot of times too, a good father, if you think about it, he will show you all the things that's capable of stopping you from getting back to him, you know, to train us. You dealing with deception like dimensionally. You're dealing with deception corporately. You're dealing with deception in literally every sector of life. All right. So why would Jesus not show you the things that could stop you? Why would he not show you the veil that's over your eyes that could stop you? I even got a revelation one night about how the enemy created a veil over the pineal gland so that you know, it would alter our perception. Okay. And then they're tricking people into thinking they can go deeper without Jesus. Listen, and I've met some people, to be honest with you. Like, I got all kind of like people I talk to, you know, like white, black, Philippine, Colombian, you know. I'm just like I'm just open like that. But anyway, and I know some of you are too. But like, they told me, they was like, listen, I tried that new age stuff, it didn't work. Like, you know, they were telling me they were actually, you know, like, you know, getting attacked. You know, it wasn't working because it's Jesus, y'all. Like, it's Jesus. He is the key. He is the true key to help us to even like love each other in his love for real, for real. All right.